Hello and welcome to BeamNG.drive. Today I'm taking a look at the Honda Civic Turbo 2. The Honda City is a subcompact Japanese vehicle from the 80s, and this is how it looks from the outside. It is a pretty small vehicle. Most of us, at least in my opinion, know this vehicle because of the Gran Turismo K-Car Cup, because this was one of the choices that you could buy for that cup, and it wasn't a fast vehicle in Gran Turismo. Here it's pretty good. Anyway, the 3D model looks pretty polished from the outside, and on the inside as well. It has a lot of details on the dashboard and on the central console, as you can see. The clock sadly doesn't work because it's not that time, at least when I'm recording at this moment. And also the details on the panels, the doors, the seats, it is the seat belts as well. It is a pretty complete vehicle. The rear view mirror works, the side mirrors not that much, but this mod has been worked on, so I'm sure that the developers are working on it, because this currently is the version 1.1, so I'm sure there will be updates for this vehicle. And now let's go for a quick drive. This vehicle mounts a 1.2 liter engine, and it is surprisingly fast, because the top speed it can reach its 190 km per hour in the straight line, so that's surprisingly fast for such a small vehicle because it weighs 800 kilograms, so I'm quite a bit surprised. I wasn't expecting it to be this fast, but it suffers from heavy understeering. If you are driving at normal speed, city speeds, you are pretty comfortable. I'm lost here, I don't remember where the exit is. Here maybe? Ah, yeah, okay, perfect. But as soon as you start to go flat out and reach high speeds, it becomes very understeering, so be careful on that. If you want to do some races, again, be extra careful of the deadly understeering, because it is also a front wheel drive, so you can imagine it can create some difficulties. Anyway, other than the understeer and sometimes the brakes, but just maybe it's me that I'm late on the brakes. Let's test here, for example. Okay, that was pretty good braking distance. It is an overall pleasant experience to drive. It is a good vehicle. It doesn't have any lags in the turbo and in the gearbox, and overall it likes to stay on the road most of the time, unless you get of course the aforementioned deadly understeer. Sorry, I always mix them up. Anyway, as you can see, I'm also going 120 km per hour on dirt, and it still handles it pretty good. Rocks, not that much. So let's take a look at the damage. Okay, the water is not very helpful. Let me pull it out of the puddle. Okay, a bit more. Okay, that's better. And that is surprisingly not much damage for such a hit on such a vehicle, because this is a small vehicle and I hit the rock at 100 km per hour, so pretty strong as well. As you can see, a bit closer look, and overall the 3D model is good enough. It has some spiking, like here on the fender, for example. Sometimes the bumpers and the frame of the door jiggle a little bit, but I think overall that's pretty good. This vehicle comes with 10 configurations. The first, the Turbo 2, the one that I was driving, is probably one of the best handling of the selection, because the others are more powerful. They have bigger engines, bigger turbos. There are configurations like the drag and the tuned, if I'm correct, yeah, that reach 10,000 RPM, and they are monstrously powerful. They spin wheels at 130 km per hour going straight, so that's just crazy. And then there is the amateur race with the iconic spoon blue and yellow livery. That is probably the second best handling of the selection. Overall, these vehicles are pretty cool, pretty different from each other, and somewhat satisfying to drive. If you drive the tuned, for example, you need to be extra careful of the throttle input because it is extremely powerful and the wheels spin like crazy. But overall, they are unique vehicles. And now I'm using the amateur race configuration on the automation handling test track to do some more testing. Before starting though, I want to show you a small detail that I really love, and is that when I turn on the lights, these lights that shine on the license plate turn on. That's a small detail. I love this kind of small details in mods and also in base game vehicles, because it shows that the passion is there when people made vehicles, and overall that's a good sign for the vehicle, for the mod. Anyway, this vehicle is probably the best of the 10 configurations this Honda City has, because it is the best probably balance between the power and the handling and the understeer, because it has slick tires that minimize the understeer. I can say minimize, yeah, because as you can see, I'm not the best driver, but for now I haven't overshot corners and be extra wide on the exit. So as you can see, this is a pretty good choice if you need a racing vehicle that's not of course too fast, because it can compete against an hill climb ESBR, for example. Is there an ESBR for hill climb? Probably not, it's just the... I don't remember, it's not the vehicle for this video, the ESBR. This is the video for the Honda City Turbo 2. And overall, it's a pretty pleasant vehicle. Again, this and the base configuration are the best handling that you can have for this car, because the others are too much powerful and too much understeering. And now it's time for a crash for this amateur race spec. Let's see. Ooh, that's good damage, and boom, straight on the barrier. Okay, the damage is bigger than the hit on the rock that I did earlier. And as you can see, it has some triangles and spiking on the roof as well. It could use some polishing, but I think overall this is a pretty solid work. And now I'm at the descent for the final drop. I have all the panels okay, I wanted to go down with all the panels open, but oh well, that's just the trunk and the hood. And now I'm flying. Okay, that's first hit. I lost a wheel. Okay, that's a bad hit. That's terrible impact on the rear of this vehicle. And now I'm slowly going down because that hit took a lot of momentum out of the descent. And I already passed all the cubes. Will I fall off the ramp? No. No falling off. But as you can see, the damage is on all the panels, and overall the triangles are not a huge amount, so as you can see, it is a pretty good job from the developers again. It's understandable, few triangles, as you can see, some here, but it's okay, like here on this door, because this vehicle won't drive away anyway, so I think that just a minor thing. It needs to be fixed. Okay, okay. Can I close? No! I almost could close the door. Anyway, that's... oof. That's a bad shape. A bad positioning for the steering and the seat. I wouldn't like to be this person inside of this car. Anyway, that's all for this video and from the Honda City Turbo Fireball. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.